Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, and I'm real hyped to showcase this to you guys. This is only the third time that I've ever done a deck profile on Pendulum Magicians on this channel. The first time, it was a bit more catered to the Pepe aspect, you know, trying to bring back and relive the dream of Pepe because Wavering Eyes was back. That was the day that Wavering Eyes came off the list. The second time, it was a bit more successful. Now, for this attempt, I wanted to basically dedicate this profile to the deck being in its purest form, and also the fact that it's able to make Zark is the reason why I'm playing him. I'll actually show you guys how you can make him on your turn 2. Literally second turn Zark. It's really simple. It's real awesome, and it'll be fun. It'll blow your opponent out the water. It's really awesome. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and showcase my deck profile on Pendulum Magicians. So starting off with monsters, we play 3 of my favorite monsters. Astrograph Sorcerer. This is totally my personal preference. This is something that people play around with. Some players play 1, 2, 3. There's really no standard number for it. Honestly, everybody plays different. This is catered to my play style. So if there's some stuff you disagree with, honestly, feel free to disagree. Every man is entitled to his opinion. I would never disrespect you for, sharing your opinion. It's your opinion. But me personally, I like 3 Astrographs. I really do. He's one of the best hand traps of the freaking format period, just of all time. He's very versatile. He can be played in Dark Magician. He can be played in a lot of decks. He's just a great hand trap, and he's also something that's really lacking in the Pendulum Magician archetype, which is a low scale. You basically have Purple Poison and Oath Dragon outside of him. Like, you literally, if you look through your entire deck, your low scales are literally Purple Poison and Oath Dragon. Maybe White Wing if you happen to play her as a scale, which is rarely going to happen because you want double Omega. So he's also your low scale, which is nice to have multiples of him. In addition to that, his hand trap effect is amazing. There's a nutty combo with him. If you open up with one of him, and the Wavering Eyes combo, you can make Tomahawk, do some Link Summoning, and basically end your turn with you could do if you have the resources, you can Omega and then go into Time Star, use this effect to search, just to get more resources, and then go Baguska. Or you can literally go something crazy like Tornado Dragon and Time Star. It's just something like that. Somewhere on the line of that, if you're getting what I'm saying. So there's a lot that you can do with this card if it makes sense. 3 Astrograph all day, every day. Of course, he's the way you make Zark as well. So 3 Skullcrobat Joker next up. Just the Stratos of everything, man. I'm so glad that they brought him back to 3. What I'm not happy about is where's Monkey Board at? Where's Monkey Board? Where's Monkey Board and where's Damage Juggler? Huh? Where they at, Konami? Let me know. And then 3 copies of Wisdom Eye, dude. Why not? He's pretty awesome. He also helps you to get to your low scales, which is the most important scale of the deck. He has some nutty shenanigans with your Star. Where's that at? Star Pendulum Graph. He also loads your extra deck. Pendulum summoning that one monster from your extra deck and that harmonizing from hand. And, for example, that Joker that's already normal summon. That makes a huge difference because that's your double Omega play right there. That's your double Omega or your 1 Omega and then your Baguska afterwards. And then your opponent's, in addition to that, dealing with your Time Pendulum Graph and your Ash Blossom Enjoy Spring if you open up with it, which is a lot of disruption. And then next up for the 3Fs continually, we have 3 copies of Double Iris Magician. One of the main reasons why this deck is so consistent is that everything it needs is not only at 3, but also searchable by a card that's at 3 that happens to be searchable by another card that's probably at 3. So it's borderline broken to me. And there's no bad hands. I've never seen a bad hand. Even when I did test hands with this deck, there's never a single bad hand. Then we play 3 copies of Harmonizing Magician. She is probably the best of all the magicians. Out of all the new ones that came out in Pendulum Evolution, she's the best. In my opinion, only. She's just way too fire, man. I wish her effect wasn't a hard once per turn. Dropping 2 Harmonizings from hand is game-changing, dude. It's just so great. And this might catch some people off guard. Like I said about the Astrograph, I play this deck the way I want to play it. And what I mean by that is if I like a card, I'm going to play it regardless of, what negative feedback it could get. So I like Luster. And Pendulum Sorcerer is kind of something that most lists play at least at 1. So the reasoning behind these cards is literally to pop your skills when you're going first. You need to pop cards like Double Iris, when you play them in the scale, also to trigger your star pendulum graph as well. So luster with the star pendulum graph, you like pop double iris, search off of star pendulum graph, then you search off of the double iris. So you get 3 cards off of that. So you pretty much break even, but you in technical terms plus, because those 3 cards are now on the field. They have to be dealt with. And of course, in the cumulative value, the star pendulum graph gets you more as long as it stays on the field. And also, you know, he opens up pretty nutty combos with your Ignister, where Ignister can now open link summoning plays. And then, you know, Sorcerer is the same thing. He's a way to pop your double iris when you're going first. Or if you're going second, these are ways to pop your double poison, to your purple poison, to break your opponent's board. So there's sort of multiple purposes, and they're kind of just those cards that are there for utility. You don't have to play the luster whatsoever, but I like it personally. And he happens to be searchable, so it's always nice to play just one of them. 2 could get in the way of the engine sometimes, but 1 is pretty much fine. Then we play 3 copies of Purple Poison. Purple Poison is just great, man. His damage step effect is like the auto out to Masterpiece. Squircle back Joker and this card just deal with Masterpiece and Diagram at the same time, which is really nice. But a smart Draco player is never going to let you get that set up. But one who does not know that this is possible is not going to see it coming. Then we play 2 copies of Black Fang Magician. I don't really like 3. 3 tends to break for me personally. That's just my personal experience with the card. Most have probably had better luck than me. And I'm not mad at it. Then we play 2 copies of Oath Dragon Magician. Oath is pretty nutty. Adding for your extra deck to hand really does help you in grind games. And that extra monster that you Pendulum summon can be game changing. And also White Wing. I've always played White Wing in my list. But funny thing, a lot of Pendulum Magician lists have tended to play this card a lot more because of the double Omega play that she provides you the option for. But I've always played her because I've always played Zark. And without her, you can't make Zark. You need all the names. So that's going to sum up the monster portion of the deck, which is pretty much the main portion of the deck. I mean, it's all about the monsters because the monsters are also, you know, spells. Pendulums. And then we play 3 Duelist Alliance, not 2, not 1, 3. Yes, we're playing 3. Then we play 3 Pendulum Calls, dude. I'm crazy. I'm crazy like that. Why 3 stacks? Why are you playing 3 Pendulum Calls? You can't destroy your spells. You can't activate your Wisdom Eye if you do that. What is your reasoning? You're stupid. You don't know what you're doing, you idiot. Take this card out. Play it at 1 like everybody else does. This is your backup scale. This is your protection. This is your, oh, I guess my Time Pendulum Graph's gonna pop a card and send one to the graveyard due to the simple fact that my scales can't be destroyed. This is your, oh, can't Twin Twister me, can't Spiral Sleep or completely blow me out the water. In addition to that, this is your Harmonizing. This is your double, your double Iris. This is your White Wing. This is your Black Fang. This is everything. Your Purple Poison. This is so much utility in one card. It's just amazing. If you're in a grind game scenario, if your opponent just evenly matched you, Pendulum Call gets you back into the game, dude. I'm telling you. Just Pendulum Call, it's so good, man. I'm telling you, it's your backup scales. It can be, you know, just the Pendulum Magician monsters that you needed for hand to Pendulum summon from your hand, which is really dope. So Pendulum Call is just too good for me. It's way too good. I played at 3. You can cut it down to 2. You could just do 1 like everybody else does. But in my personal preference, I like 3 Pendulum Calls. It has gotten me out of so many awkward situations where the first Pendulum Call is, you know, done. And it's like, okay, I've lost my scales now and I have a Duelist Alliance. But unfortunately, I'm going to play the Duelist Alliance. I'm going to get, you know, 1 more scale off of the Duelist Alliance. But now I have nothing but Pendulum Summon 1 monster from extra deck. Whereas if it was a Pendulum Call, it would be a completely different story. So it's pretty dope what it does for the deck. But that's just me. You don't have to play 3. I personally love 3. And then we have 3 copies of Wavering Eyes. Wavering Eyes is too amazing for the combos. And you have to main 3 also because if you're playing a mirror match and you're not playing Wavering Eyes, that's a huge disadvantage you're at. Your opponent Wavering Eyesing you and you don't have a Wavering Eyes is just stupid. And then 2 copies of Star Pendulum Graph and also 2 Desires. You can play 3 Desires if you want. 2 works out pretty fine. And everything's at 3, dude. Everything that's good is at, you know, at least multiples. Like, you don't play 3 of this, but you always are able to search everything first before you resolve your Desires, in addition to everything being at 3. So Desires is probably the most free spell of the entire deck. Star Pendulum Graph's amazing. Wavering Eyes just outright gets you games. If you Wavering Eyes for 4 in the Pendulum Magician Mirror match, oh my god. That's all I can say. And for traps, this may catch some people off guard. 3, Time Pendulum Graphs. See? There's a lot of cards that people are going to disagree with. I'm telling you right now, once I post and upload this deck profile, the comment section might just blow up in a negative way. Because people that play standard Pendulum Magicians are like, nah, you know, I play this. Why don't you play it? And I'm just probably going to say something like, I'm not you. I'm not going to play my deck how you play it. Or I might just leave it how it is. But nonetheless, I like opening with Time Pendulum Graph because most of the time, when you don't have it, what you're trying to do is pop Double Iris as quickly as possible to search this card. And sometimes it leaves you susceptible to Ash and Droll. So, like, in certain scenarios where your opponent drolls you and stops you from getting to this card, having it at 3 and opening up with it still says your opponent has to deal with this nonetheless. Because most of the time, they droll you so that they don't have to deal with this card. Because this is a very annoying card and... excuse me, so long as it's up on the field, it's a thorn in their side that's just draining resources from them at no cost to you whatsoever. It actually, it's pretty much free. It generates a lot of advantage so long as Star Pendulum Graph is up as well. You're getting pluses while you're popping your opponent's cards and sending other cards to graveyard, or just Purple Poison, pop. So it's a really, really nice trap. I like it at 3. I don't care if it's a hard once per turn. You'll see people play 3 Card of Demise, and that's a hard once per turn. It's just stuff like that. You'll see 3 Union Hangers. Isn't that not a hard once per turn, but yet you play 3 Terraformings to get to it faster? It doesn't matter that it's a hard once per turn. What matters is how important it is. And this is kind of the center focal point of the deck's control aspect. Without this, it's really just Omega Baguska, and that's pretty much the unfortunate truth. And then moving forward to the extra deck, we have Supreme King Zark, Starving King Dragon, Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. Really amazing card. There's a lot of synergy he has in so many different decks and archetypes. It's just the fact is, you just need Dark Pendulums. And playing him in hybrid variants of Pendulum Magicians is pretty amazing. I actually was thinking about making an Abyss Actor variant with, just like, probably 9 Abyss Actor cards and just do Abyss Actor Pendulum Magicians just for fun. I want to see if it'll work. I'm still thinking about it. Ignister, Supreme King Dragon Clearwing, Omega. I have 1. There should be 2. So imagine this as Omega and Omega 1 and 2. And Clearwing just way too strong, man. If this card Synchro Summon, die everybody except for him. He's really dope. And then Ignister, he just outs the cards that can be targeted or destroyed. And then, he opens the window for Synchro, not Synchro, for Link plays if your Luster is still in your main deck. And then I play 2 Time Stars because 1 is good, but it comes up in grind game scenarios where you need to add your resources from graveyard back to hand. Because, like, your Oath Dragon's good, but having Oath Dragon and Time Store gets you double resources. So you get 2 monsters, 1 from extra deck and 1 from grave to hand, which it really helps you out a lot. When you're playing against Trickstars, that is like an automatic grind match, man. Like, you're grinding it from start to finish. Dark Dragon Rebellion, this guy's amazing. Like, he's kind of like a pseudo, what's his name? Utopia the Lightning, but a little bit better because he gains it. It's kind of forever, and it's like, bam. It's just so dope. It's so dope, man. This is like our Dark Utopia the Lightning. Baguska's so annoying, man. And he's so easy to make in this deck. Tornado Dragon. Tomahawk. Tomahawk is the MVP for the Link combo, for the Astrograph Wavering Eyes combo. It's so lit. And then for the Links, Firewall, Decode, Trigate, Proxy. No, you're not making Trigate co-link by 3. You're making them because of the up pointing arrow. There was like, the only other Link that had it, that was a Link 3, was Decode. But I was like, if I have Decode pointing up towards like a Firewall, for example, there's nothing else I can bring out after that. But if I have Trigate, I have his left and right arrows to do, rank 4 Synchro or another Link if I want to. But you're making Firewall because you can actually co-link him by at least 1 with the Tomahawk combo. And you don't ever use tokens to make this. You actually use your other monsters to do so. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile pretty much. Leave your honest opinion and feedback of what you think of this Pendulum Magician build. No, I didn't showcase hand traps. For the most part, the only hand traps I could have fitted would probably be 3 Ash and 1 Max C. So with that said, the reason being is because this deck is so combo eccentric, and it's a bit fragile when you're playing so many hand traps that you're opening up with cards that aren't scales and cards that aren't other searchers and ways to get your scales. Because outside of this trap, the entire deck is just a way to get to scales. If you look at it, you know, call scales, you know, wavering eye still scales. This is still scales. Desires is scales. You know, all your monsters are scales. Everything is scales. It really matters. So if you open up with 2 cards that aren't Pendulum scales, you're already pretty much losing, which is sad, but very true. So hand traps are good, but at the same time, they don't really help this deck very much. So if you want to, you can play a couple Ash in your deck. It won't really hurt that much. But with that said, God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. I really hope you enjoyed this. And if you didn't like it, let me know, man. I'm always open for constructive criticism. I'm not really sensitive with what you guys say. You can have no filters with it. I really don't care, man. To each his own. Every man's entitled to his opinion. Nonetheless, I love you guys, and you'll definitely be hearing from me soon because I've got a lot of deck profiles to show you. Peace.